Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm here to do more missing women and children cases. We are here to break the codes if we see any. We are here to see if they are alive, deceased, or body suited. And we also here to see and misidentity. And we also here to see where their bodies are located. You already should know who's involved, the white supremacists, the African Americans. Let's begin. This by a young woman named Trinece, Trinece, Fedison, Fedison, were viciously assaulted before being placed in a garbage bin. She did say Mob James, Murray, okay, Grim Sleeper, okay? She said all of them, she said all of them. This is how she looks. She looks familiar. The city of New Orleans was shaken in November 2014 after a body was found discarded in a garbage can. It was just before noon on November the 26th when City Codes Enforcement Inspector Robert Him came across the remains of 43-year-old Trinece Fedison. She said she liked my music. R. Kelly, they don't like that. They will kill you like my music, okay? I didn't know that. No, I know that, okay? Thank you. Her partially clothed body was found. She said no. She said only her head. She said her head is in the trash can, okay? But she do need her body, she said. Her partially clothed body was found head first in the garbage bin behind an abandoned residence. I'm seeing the trash can. Like over there in Rose Hill or something. Behind an abandoned residence. Investigators will later learn that Trinece, okay, could be multiple parts of her, so her body is still around. Throats had been slit, and she been stabbed 7 times. They believe she was alive when she was placed head first in the bin. Yes, she said, they made her head talk, okay, like the movie Bones, okay, when the heads were talking, yes. She said she's still talking, okay, in the trash can. She said someone has to be strong to find her. When Trinice's family learned of the tragic news, the nurse assistant's nephew said he confronted 43-year-old Evan Listo Ramos. The nature of Ramos' relationship with Trinece hasn't been made clear in reports, but during his trial, Ramos claimed that Trinece was a prostitute in his neighborhood, something that others denied. True, see? What I was telling y'all about this? Okay? Some of these women that be in the trash cans are not prostitutes. They are just some pretty women. They are just prey to these sickos, okay? They can find them do anything. Nowadays, I did not know you can find them through my music. Well, I mean, Murray did take my persona as R. Kelly, so that's probably why as well. Allegations was also made. She said she loved that song, Sons, Pooh, and Big 30. Allegations was also made that she was a drug abuser. She's saying no, but that wasn't sustainable. Ramos was arrested and charged in connection to Trinice's murder. When they say about drug abuser, she likes things like this. She like reading up about this. She like trying to save people like this, okay? That's what she's saying. I believe her. She looked like it. Ramos was arrested and charged in connection to Trinice's murder. According to NOLA.com, the case itself was circumstantial as there were no murder weapons, no eyewitnesses, and no murder scene presented through the trial. Prosecutors said that not only did Ramos live on the same block where Trinice's body was found, but his DNA was located on the plastic garbage can where the victim's body was found. She's saying yes. She had the risk and vouch for her. I believe you. This is another picture of her. And she said that picture too with bricks, okay? It took a jury less than 2 hours, they jury, to find Ramos guilty of second-degree murder. Trinice's nephew. That just means they can do it again, okay, in their court. Trinice's nephew, Jerome Fedison, will also testify that Ramos was the last person seen with Trinice, and when tests was done on her remains, medical examiners reportedly found seminal fluid inside of the victim, okay? So they took some of her organs. That's what that means. The semen matched Ramos' DNA. The defendant's legal team explained that away by saying that Ramos and Trinece engaged in sexual intercourse. That means rape prior to her death. That means snuff. But their clients wasn't responsible for her murder. Ramos' employer at Romeo Papa Boats told authorities that 4 days after Trinice's body was discovered, Ramos told him about having sex with a prostitute who was found dead near his home, my auntie, or others. The supervisor, she said Felicia got something to do with it, paid to her last name F, okay, who was found dead near his home. The supervisors then called the police, launching the investigation into Ramos. When questioned by detectives, the Honduran immigrant also told authorities, Trinece, that his DNA may be found on the garbage can because he tossed trash inside the bin. Just as a lot of people stacked on top of her though. But she can still talk, she's saying. However, no trash was found under Trinice's body, and a detective testified that Ramos reportedly volunteered this information before being told that a body had been discovered. Yeah, that's my James right here. Just experiencing the trial was almost more grueling than burying her. Yes, because she's talking. That's what that means, okay? And there's going to be other people on top of her. Like different parts, like Bride of Shucky. When Tiffany, when I opened the box and I threw all the door poured salt out the box. Yes. Said Lorraine, how you gonna look? Said Lorraine Fedison Winder, one of the victim's 4 younger sisters. To have to sit there every day and hear details. She said all the women or gay men or children that's in the trash can, those are her sisters. To have to, thank you, I am too, thank you. To have to sit there every day and hear details about how she was found, the injuries, the blood, the bruises, and contusions, and finding out that his previous job was as a butcher. Being in the same room with the person that killed your sister and having to look into his eyes and seeing that he had no remorse was just heart-wrenching. This my James. Or Murray, I don't know. It like you though, Mark James. I think so much about those last moments of being upside down in a garbage can, calling out for your life. She is. She also shared with WDSU, waiting and praying that somebody could just hear you, but there was no one there to come to her call. Thank you. I came. Thank you. She said, listen to my song as Karen White, Superwoman. Prosecutors argued that Trinece Fedison was a victim of sexual assault. Yes, her head was. They also did oil on her while she talking, while she alive, y'all. Some sick shit, okay? The military's just gonna have to do this one, okay? Because a lot of people don't want to do this one. Yeah, she said y'all scared, okay? Was a victim of sexual assault as she was found with her bra lifted up, her underwear pulled down, and with Ramos' DNA in her vagina. Her vagina is also there too, but it's cut. She cut up, okay? Or the vaginas that we found, like I was telling y'all about in my channel messages, when I found a whole bunch of women and children vaginas, they were still having babies. She said her vagina is over there, okay? Ramos didn't take the stand, but his attorney, Jerome Matthews, stood up in court and shared his client's story. According to Ramos, Trinece was at his home when they had sex. He said that she left and he watched as she got into a dark vehicle with at least 2 men he could not clearly see. Matthews argued one or more of those men were responsible for Trinice's murder. I would hate to be found guilty of murder only because my DNA was on a neighbor's trash can. Matthews said, having sex with someone does not equal murder. She said yes. Okay, I'm seeing it come out her mouth, okay? What if it happened like Mr. Ramos said it happened? Question mark. That she got into this car with two other men? Question mark. I don't know if it's a pimp or a drug man, both. But they stabbed her in the car, put her in the trash can, and drove away with the crime scene. It's not only possible, it's likely. Trinice's murder was featured on the first 48. She was the mother of a 17-year-old daughter at the time of her disappearance. She's saying yes. Evan Listo Ramos was sentenced to life in prison. Okay, so if y'all like to help with this case, y'all can. Mainly the military gonna get in this. Okay, this is very gruesomely for some people can't handle this. Okay, so the military gonna have to handle this one. Okay, so okay, enjoy peace.